So many of the coaches and the practitioners and that I work with, the service-based business owners, have such a heart for service, and that's such a beautiful thing. But they come to me depleted and exhausted and frankly resentful. And they're resentful because what they haven't learned how to do is they haven't learned how to combine their heart for service with their mind of a business owner. So they haven't learned how to shift into the mindset and into the perspective and understand the skills and the practices that they need in order to think like a business owner, but to think like a thriving, profitable business owner with a sustainable business that allows them to be their healthiest, happiest self. And one of the ways that I see them stay stuck, and one of the ways that kept me stuck for many years, is caretaking and overgiving. And I'll give you some examples of what that looks like most often in practices, is giving clients extra time without charging them, not valuing your energy, undercutting your own time in some way, carrying the burden of your client's process, feeling responsible for working harder than they do, feeling responsible for their outcome, for their results, discounting your own pricing, and then collapsing underneath boundaries that you set when someone creates or puts up some kind of resistance to that. That's all caretaking. That is all overgiving. That ends in this resentment and this depletion and in the exhaustion, and it stagnates our business. And I'll tell you, the reason why we overgive is not because we're bad people. It's actually because we're really good people with good hearts and we have a heart for service. The reason that we overgive and that we caretake, and I was there too, is that we believe we don't have a choice. We believe that we have to do whatever it takes, that whatever someone requires of us, or if we don't do it, there'll be some kind of negative retribution. Like we'll lose that person, we'll lose them as a client, someone will leave, we will lose money, we won't be able to pay our bills, we will be a bad person. And so we're always coming up against that, our heart for service and helping people, with that fine line of learning how to be a thriving, profitable business owner and making those hard business decisions that we need to make, being a confident, empowered leader of our business. And that's what I love helping people with, because I struggled with that for so many years. And when we're not that, it creates three results. It creates, number one, it does create exhaustion, depletion, frustration, and it creates resentment and bitterness inside of us, because that is the telltale sign that we are overgiving, is that we're resistant. And so many times it'll come across in those moments when you really want to say no to something, but you find that clenching in your body, but you find that you feel like you have to say yes to it, or you'll lose the client, or you'll lose that revenue, or whatever. The second result that this gets when we overgive and we undercut our boundaries or our time or our price is that we create needy, demanding clients who are not responsible for their own process. And we are keeping them stuck and stagnant, and we are not actually participating in their growth, and neither are they at that point. So we've got to learn how to stop that. The third thing it creates is a stagnant business, a stunted growth in our business. And again, in order to cure this overgiving and to break this, it's a survival pattern is all it is. We're just doing what we think we have to do in order to survive, in order to have what we need. But it's not, it feels real, but it is not the only reality that we have. There is another reality. We just have to learn how to do something different. We have to learn a new way. We have to learn how to reclaim our power. We have to learn how to own our worth. We have to embody our confidence and learn how to be rewarded for being who we are, rather than being always feeling like we're going to be punished if we really show up freely and fully as who we are. We've got to learn how to set boundaries and learn how to hold the standards and require hard things of people, because when people want to grow, we have to ask them to do hard things, and that's part of their growth process, just like it's part of our growth process. There's a quote that I love by David White, who's a poet, who says, "The cure for exhaustion is not rest. It's actually wholeheartedness." But when we're caretaking and when we're overgiving, when we're doing things, when we're saying yes and we really want to say no, or we're saying no and we really, well, or it's sometimes when we're saying no and we really want to say yes, when we're not honoring what's really going on inside of us, then we are overgiving and we're caretaking, we're placating. And it's because we deep down believe we can't have what we really want, that we don't have a say. And when we're doing that, we are not living or leading full-hearted. We're lying to ourselves and lying to others that we're really okay with something that we're not. And we've got to stop that, because it is stagnating our clients, it's stagnating our business, and it is causing extreme frustration and depletion and resentment inside of us. And so we do get to be rewarded for who we are. We do get to be who we are, show it fully, make a great living for it, require hard things of people, help others grow, see change in their lives, make the world a better place, and we get to honor ourselves and our own needs, and we get to live the lifestyle and the health, be the happiest, healthiest version of us. But we have to learn how to combine our heart for service and our mind, learn how to have the mind of a thriving, profitable, healthy business owner with a sustainable business that works for us rather than us constantly martyring ourselves for it. If you want to learn how to do this, it's one of the things that I love teaching entrepreneurs and practitioners and heart-centered, service-based business owners. I'd love to have a conversation with you about what this looks like in your business, not out of judgment or condemnation, out of total understanding, but wanting it to change for you so that you can feel the freedom and see the growth in your business that you deserve. Let's have a conversation. Click that button below.